Okay, there is some setup actually which we need to do. Okay, I shared you the Dropbox link. First, you sign into Dropbox. Then you open the developers link. In the developer console, create app. Basic things you can add it and give now full Dropbox. Anyway, you are only using. So in the main page, you can see your app. So what you have to do in the auth2 redirect URL is there. I have given the URL in the GitHub link. You auth.pstmn.io/v1 callback. See, we will be doing testing it from Postman, right? We don't have anything ready, like our app URL is, we don't have. So Dropbox should know where to redirect that code, right? So you need also your app ID, app key and AppSecret. Copy that to your some notepad or something. You have app key and AppSecret, both the values you need. Okay, I want to tell you one more thing here. You have a generate access token option, right? We can actually leverage this, like, when you click on it, then it will also generate the token, which you can directly use in the Postman to access the APIs. We will see how we can actually generate the token from Postman itself. So if those things are done, I think those are the main thing. And you have to give some permissions. Go to permissions tab. File content, write and read. Let's go to Postman now. I want to show you a few of the best practices, when we deal with auth from a API testing point of view, right? So suppose you are using Postman, right? You should not directly use your token request basically. So you can leverage the environment here. If you click on to the environment, first you can create a new collection basically. So go to environment and create a test environment, new environment basically. You can add variables here. Your Dropbox key and a secret I have added. You have to add your, and there is a option here to set it active. Click on this, your collection name. What we will do, we'll add the auth in the collection level so that when we add the request, it can inherit from the collection. If you click on this collection name, right, one tab opened. So you can see authorization, first tab. So why I am using the authorization here? So suppose I want to test multiple APIs, and I can actually add the authorization process in the collection level. In the request, you can select inherit from parent. So in the authorization tab, type select auth 2.0. It's an option called configure new token. So in the token name, you give any name. So there is something called grant type. So you have to select authorization code. There are other options, but in this case, we'll be requesting for authorization code, right? Is callback URL. If you remember, we have set this callback URL in Dropbox. Check that authorize using browser. We will see both the options. First, we'll see how it looks like when we check it. There is something called auth URL. So I have given that in the GitHub thing. So you copy that here. This is the first URL which we are going to hit. The second one is token. Then you have space for client ID and client secret. If you have enabled your environment, your tokens should be now available now. You can select it from this drop down. Whenever you are adding any variable kind of stuff, you can add it to your environment. Okay. And one more thing I wanted to tell you that if you go to your environment, right? So when you are done, like you can disable that, set as inactive, so that no one can access this, and don't click on this persist all. Okay, so that whenever you want a request session, you can actually save it, but don't persist it, because those are sensitive information, right? API key, you have secret, right? What to do? The last one, client authentication. Select the send client credential in body and click on get new access token and let's see what happens. You may get some errors also. We'll see. We're all set to have a valid token. In the access token section, you should have a valid token.